On the news, fire raises 30 shops in Nasarawa market. PDP expels Ugo Chinyere over alleged indiscipline and anti-party activities. And SANU leads protest for restoration of tutors' salaries and allowances. Thanks for joining us on the news on TV360 Nigeria. I'm Tamilore Akinkwele. We begin in Nasarawa, where an inferno has raised tailoring shops at the new modern market in Lafia, the state capital, destroying goods worth millions of naira. The fire reportedly started on Thursday night at about 9:30 p.m. and lasted till early hours of Friday. It was, however, difficult for the personnel of the Nasarawa State Fire Services to put off the fire owing to the heaps of refuse dumps in and around the marketplace. According to reports, the intense heat of the raging inferno repeatedly drove back the firefighters and delayed their efforts to bring the situation under control. Report further revealed that over 30 tailoring shops were destroyed. However, the cause of the fire outbreak has not been determined. And to party matters, the main opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) has expelled the House of Representatives member from Imo State, Ugo Chinyere Ikenga, from the party. Ikenga, who represents Idiato North-South Federal Constituency, was expelled with immediate effect over alleged gross indiscipline, insubordination, and anti-party activities. The expulsion was conveyed in a letter by Idiato local government chapter of the party, signed by the local government chairman God Okeke and the secretary Onyebuchi Ume, which they addressed to the state chairman. The expulsion followed the report of the party's disciplinary committee, which investigated misconduct charges against Ugo Chinyere in line with Section 57, subsection 1.4 of the PDP Constitution 2017 as amended. And the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, has declared that President Bola Tinubu acted in the right interest of Nigeria with the ongoing construction of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. He also said there is no decision taken by President that has ever failed, including this tax reform bill. Now, Umahi, who made the declaration while fielding questions from journalists after an interactive section with the Senate Committee on Works, described those criticizing President Tinubu on the project as being jealous and envious of his performance. He, however, expressed happiness over interaction with the Senate Committee on Works for supporting the president, adding that they see the good work the president is doing.
By diversion of the route, we got to kilometer 16, where we have the African, to Africa, cable that came from the ocean, and we have the MTM cable, and then if we continue on that axis on kilometer 16, we'll be destroying that cable. And you're witnesses of the fact that there was a time we had problem of network, yes, from West African coast, and then no network was working. So what people are doing is that there's little patriotism in this country, So it is safer and better and cheaper for me to go along that coast. But it is very terrible for not only in Nigeria, but other West African countries where these cables are, passing through. So we had to divert the road at kilometer 16. And then we are reappeared in kilometer 24. And unfortunately for these people that are talking, it's bare land. No houses are there. Even the Oba of Lagos, his land is affected. And he spoke to the president. President said, no, Oba, it is for development. So if Oba can give his empty land, who else? And those who are fighting for this land are not even the indigenous of Lagos, even though it doesn't matter. But you can't be more Catholic than Pope.
So if structure was demolished?
No structure was demolished. It's a bare land. They will say, oh, they put sharp sand on this, oh, they did, So it's a bare land. I know the woman behind it. There's nothing she has not been talking, playing all kinds of politics, but I'm equal to the task. I'm a man of courage, so we are passing that road there, and nothing will stop it.
And to health matters, with Nigeria being ranked 19th among 204 countries with the highest antimicrobial resistance AMR-related mortality rates, health experts said the need to urgently tackle the growing threat cannot be downplayed. Speaking at the step-down training program in Abuja, experts warned the failure to act could derail progress towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), insisting that AMR could cause severe negative impact if immediate action was not taken. The expert particularly tasked the Nigerian government to put strict regulations in place to curb the high number of deaths associated with antimicrobial resistance.
Partners, we came together to form a coalition to see how do we bridge the gap between media and public health professionals. And our goal is what? To connect people and science for improved health outcome. So we came up with what we call the Media, Epidemiology, Infodemic Management, Social Behavior Change Fellowship Program. It set out to be an initial, like we thought we could do 6 months fellowship program and be done with. But over the course, we realized that it's really, really in-depth. To get the program started, we didn't want to develop a program that was us. So we started with what we call a needs assessment to understand what the issues were within the media and the public health professionals. And this journey was really a long journey. We started this journey since 2022, when we first had an initial interaction with some media stakeholders in Lagos, just to conceptualize the idea, to get their feedback on what they were thinking.
I know this training will build our capacity even more. And when we write, we'll definitely write from the informed point of view. And that way, those that will be, getting our stories will also be equipped to discuss what the issues are.
During the course of this training, we benefited a lot, and I felt it was important to cascade the training to fellow health journalists on the field. It's also geared towards spotlighting this fellowship so that it will encourage other colleagues to apply and participate during future cohorts. It's also our earnest desire that we have a change in the narrative in how we report health in the country, especially when it comes to scientific information.
And in Lagos State, the Health Management Agency, LASHMA, has flagged off the Ilera Nitiwa Cooperative and Multipurpose Society Limited in a bid to support Lagosians in accessing qualitative and affordable healthcare services. Delivering a speech during the launching ceremony in Lagos, the board chairman of LASHMA, Adebayo Adedewe, disclosed that the cooperative was birthed out of the quest to achieve universal health coverage in line with the Lagos State Health Scheme 2015. Adedewe further assured that the cooperative, when fully operational, will prioritize the health of members.
It's my considered opinion then that the full understanding of existing legal frameworks on social health insurance by the informal sector or the community will help in driving the compliance and adoption of the cooperative as a solution for sustained affordability, access to quality healthcare services, and improved lifestyle. The cooperative, when fully operational, will place health of members as number one priority. And this health-biased cooperative with its social economic benefits will evolve into a robust socio-economic hub which is capable of improving the lifestyle and general well-being of millions of Ilera Eco enrollees or customers.
We know that financial inclusion is a problem within the informal sector space. A lot of them don't have bank accounts. They do all this, they are small, ajo and esusu and things like that. And we also know that they collect their money on a daily basis. So they're not able to pay for the health insurance one-off. What we have done is facilitate a partnership between the Lagos State, what do they call them, LASCOTA, we facilitated a partnership with LASCOTA and the Microfinance Bank to ensure that the Microfinance Bank will be able to pay in advance for their health insurance coverage. So LASHMA gets the money complete while they now pay instrumentally to that Microfinance Bank.
I believe that before now 6 months, with what they have now, with the initiative, with the adding up of those cooperatives that they put in, we are going to have a better landing.
some of us that choose private hospitals, they don't really attend to us. They will tell you your name is not here, your name is not there. Even if you show them your number and the receipt you've paid for, they will not attend to you. So this, I want them to improve on it.
The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, has rejected the decision by the University of Lagos, UNILAG, to increase school fees, warning that the increase would place an additional financial burden on families already struggling amidst Nigeria's tough economic conditions. The association aired their grievances during a peaceful protest, while SANU, amongst other demands, called for the restoration of butchered salaries and the payment of astounding allowances. They required the decision by university management to implement an 100,000 per term fee increase across all students rather than address on their concerns.
Instead of the management of the university to redeploy our members here back to the mainstream, which was done in other departments and units that were privatized. They didn't do that. They left them there and they were making use of them. But the truth is that they cannot afford to pay their salaries. Because whenever there is increase in salary for federal government employees, those our tutors who are also employees of federal government will also clamor for increase. And when they clamor for increase, because they don't have the finances to pay, they will now try to increase school fees in order to pay. How long are we going to continue in that manner? So we felt, okay, we have written several letters to the management and to the council, but we have not seen any positive result. We have not gotten any feedback. So that's why we insisted that we should do this protest to hammer to the council chairman our demands. And our demands are that this struggle that we are agitating for, that is the status of the tutors in ISA, should be certified as being employees of council.
We are denying our rights that due to us as council staff. Even as we speak today, the margin between what we take home and what we should take home is about 108,000 naira in a time like this when things are hard. So all the measures taken by government to make sure that the impact of the economic hardship is cushioned, we don't have access to those. And then some of us are already hospitalized, some have died. So it's really a big problem.
The interest of everybody, I want to assure you that the council has not forgotten you. I want to assure you that university management has not forgotten you. And I will recall also that the Vice Chancellor has been reminding me constantly about your position, about your presentation to the university management.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has been accused of orchestrating an alleged land grabbing involving the property in Gosapi area of the territory, which has been used for a church, park, and recreational center for over 10 years. Lawyer and human rights activist Deji Adeyanju, in a press briefing, criticized the reallocation of the land belonging to his client, Esther Anthony. He also accused officials working for the FCT minister of selling community spaces at higher prices to private buyers. Esther said that some policemen reportedly acting on the minister's orders invaded the property without prior notice of eviction.
This land is just by Wike's house. It's just by Wike's house. And that's not the only land that was demolished. How many hectares is it?
1.3 hectares.
1.3 hectares that was demolished. Then all the land by his fence as well on the left, he has also demolished and taken it. Just by his fence in that Asokoro Gosape. The law says the only condition for taking somebody's land, somebody else's land, is overriding public interest. Okay, taking her land and giving it to another person, how is that overriding public interest? So what they do is they take this land, then sell it to somebody, then that other person they sell it to within, who is among their people, will now go and sell it at a higher price to a third party.
More than 200 policemen invaded the place with thugs, with weapons. Only for me that is a woman like this. It's not that I'm fat like that. So they came in and I was asking what is going on. They said the minister sent them. The record, the videos are there. They said the minister sent them. They sent them, I should leave, I should leave. They started beating my daughter. They started beating my workers. You should leave. You understand? They push us out. So I was able to call someone, my lawyer, to call the SARS so that they witness. So when the SARS come, they said what was going on, and everybody left. I left for the interest of peace. So one Mr. Hassan says something to me. He said he's the contractor that given to build residential there. I said, but it's a park and recreation. If there is a redesign, they should let me know. I'm interested. It's my land. I spent money there. Or they give me another land. No settlement, no money, nothing. How do they want me to start life? We have been for more than 10 years. Just end like that. Where do I go to?
Head Commissioner of Police Emmanuel Ojukwu has expressed worry over the threat associated with the potential misuse of artificial intelligence, AI, and other new technologies for terrorist purposes. Ojukwu, who also doubles as the provost of the Nigeria Police School of Public Relations, made the call at the induction ceremony of the Nigeria Institute of Social Media Analysts in Abuja. Validating this claim, Senator Ali Ndume, who is the grand patron of the institute, stressed the need to strike a functional balance which promotes national development and protection of human rights.
Social media today reaches more people than television, newspaper, and other forms of communications. What that impliedly means is that you have a great role to play as analysts. You have a great role to play in shaping the future of this country. You have a great role to play in encouraging the youth to be more productive, to be less dependent, to be more futuristic.
We want to make sure that we sanitize social media space so that we can use that social media space to also help towards insecurity in this country. We distinguish we also try to see that every youth, every Nigerian youth, not even average youth, every Nigerian youth use social media appropriately to make sure that when people, other neighboring countries, sees Nigerian users in that space, they want to emulate us.
AI is driving the way we do business, the way we do agriculture, the way we manage human resources, and particularly the way we manage relationships. And it is germane and necessary for Nigerians at this point in time to wake up to the reality that our modern world is being run by artificial intelligence. And we need to get to know the details, the intricacies, the nuances, and the challenges it will pose to us.
We're going to short break here, but still to come, bid to impeach South Korea's President Yoon falls. Details of the story after this break. Welcome back. Now here's a quick recap of our top stories. The fires destroyed over 13 tailoring shops at the New Modern Market in Lafayette, Nasarawa State, causing significant damage to goods worth millions of naira. The blaze, which started around 9:30 p.m. on Thursday and continued into the early hours of Friday, proved difficult for Nasarawa State Fire Service to contain due to large piles of refuse around the market. The intense heat from the fire repeatedly hindered firefighting effort, and the cause of the outbreak remains undetermined. We also informed you that the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has expelled Ugochinyere Ikenga, a member of the House of Representatives from Imo State, over alleged gross indiscipline, insubordination, and anti-party activities. Ikenga, who represents the Idiato North-South Federal Constituency, was expelled with immediate effect following a report from the party's disciplinary committee. The decision was communicated in a letter by the Idiato local government chapter of the PDP, signed by the chairman Tengodu Keke and secretary Onyebuchi Ume, and addressed to the state's chairman. The expulsion is based on Section 57, subsection 1 to 4 of the PDP's Constitution 2017 as amended. Now, in case you missed any of the news bulletin, for more updates, you can catch us on Lime's World TV and AVO TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. And on business, Vice President Kashim Shettima has launched the 2024 Nigeria Economic Report, assuring that the government's ongoing reforms will soon drive inclusive growth. Speaking at a workshop at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, Shettima, represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff, Senator Ibrahim Adija, emphasized the administration's strategic intervention under President Bola Tinubu's renewed Hope agenda, which are already yielding positive results with projection for further improvement by 2025. The report, it noted, highlights the government's commitment to economic resilience and transformation, aiming to turn current challenges into opportunities for national growth. Panelists at the event, including the Special Advisor to the President in Economic Affairs, Tokwe Fashua, underscored 2024 as a pivotal year for economic reforms, citing encouraging indicators like a 3.46% GDP growth in the third quarter of 2024. And the Nigerian government has announced a 108 billion naira syndicate loan fund to support micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs in the countries, starting from the first quarter of 2025. Temitola Adekunle Johnson, Senior Special Assistant to Job Creation and MSMEs, made the announcement during the 2024 End-of-the-Year Economic Review Technical Workshop at the Banquet Hall in Abuja, which was attended by different analysts. It said the fund is designed to ensure that the MSME across the state have access to single-digit loans at a 9% interest rate. It explained that the 198 billion naira syndicate fund for MSMEs is being developed in partnership with all the state governments. And on the global scene, Burkina Faso's ruling junta has dismissed interim Prime Minister Joachim Kilinde Tembela and dissolved the government, a decree issued by the office of the military leader Ibrahim Traoré. The decree did not give a reason for the dismissal of Tembela, who was appointed interim premier soon after Traoré seized power in September 2022, one of a string of military coups in the West Africa's unstable Sahel region in recent years. The members of the dissolved government will continue in their roles until a new cabinet is named, the decree said. And all but 3 MPs of South Korea's ruling party left parliament ahead of a vote on whether to impeach embattled President Yoon Suk-yeol. That means the bill fell short of 200 members required to pass it, with the opposition needing 8 MPs from the ruling People's Power Party (PPP) to back it. Now, tens of thousands of people have gathered outside South Korea's National Assembly in Seoul, calling for Yoon's removal. Earlier on Saturday, Yoon apologized for declaring martial law on Tuesday, a move that was quickly overturned by lawmakers, and he said it would not impose it again. And finally, on sport, former Super Eagles head coach Samson Siasia has revealed that the country's senior men's national team can do without a foreign manager. This is coming as the Nigeria Football Federation is mulling the appointment of a foreigner to tinker the 3-time African champions for the remaining 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification next year. The Super Eagles are currently 5th behind Rwanda, South Africa, Benin Republic and Lesotho in the 6th-team group with 3 points from 4 games, having drawn 3 and lost 1. The 57-year-old also called on interim head coach Austin Eguavoen to officially resign from his role with the Super Eagles and focus on his primary job as the technical director of the country's football governing body. Still on sport, Australian sprint prodigy Gould clocked the fastest time ever by a 16-year-old to smash the national 200-meter record on Saturday and do something even Usain Bolt never achieved. The teenager ran 20.04 seconds at the Australian All-School Athletics Championships at his home track in Brisbane, breaking Peter Norman's national record of 20.06 from the 1968 Olympics. Gould has been compared in local media to Bolt, and his time is the fastest ever by a 16-year-old over 200-meter, World Athletics also said. Gould also now holds the second fastest time in history for athletes under the age of 18, overtaking Bolt's 20.13 seconds. And that wraps up our bulletin on the news. Many thanks for watching. I'm Tamilore Akinkole. See you again next time.